Every weekend, Steve Johnson was surrounded by billionaires, champagne, luxury yachts, VIP clubs in Miami. But the strange part of his story, the real fortune he built, didn't come from the parties. It came from what he did after the music stopped. Steve Johnson, an Afro-American man, tall, charismatic, and always perfectly dressed in designer suits, a gold watch on his wrist. His long locks were tied behind his head, and a short goatee framed his smile. In Miami's nightlife world, everyone knew Steve. He wasn't the DJ, and he wasn't the club owner. He was something far more powerful. Steve was a promoter, the man who brought the right people into the room. Billionaires, athletes, celebrities. If Steve organized the night, the club would be full. At first, the money looked incredible. Some nights he made more than most people earned in a month, hosting VIP tables, exclusive events, and private yacht parties. But Steve noticed something strange. The same club owners who looked rich were constantly stressed. Rent, staff, security, licenses. A club could make millions and still collapse in one bad season. Steve realized something important. Nightlife was powerful, but it was fragile. The music could stop at any moment. And when it stopped, the money stopped too. So Steve began thinking about a different game. Instead of spending everything, he started saving. Quietly, while others bought luxury cars, Steve watched the city. Especially one thing: buildings. Miami was changing fast. Old neighborhoods were transforming. New apartments were rising everywhere. One night, after leaving a club at 4 in the morning, Steve stood in front of a small apartment building. Nothing special, just an aging structure. But something clicked in his mind. Clubs made money at night. Buildings made money every single day. His first purchase was small, very small. A modest building with only 6 apartments. Most people around him didn't understand the move. Why buy something boring like that? They'd ask. His friends were buying sports cars, luxury watches, and penthouse condos. But Steve had seen too many people lose everything chasing appearances, so he ignored the noise. Month after month, rent started arriving. Slow, steady, predictable. For the first time, money was coming in even when Steve was sleeping. The nightlife business gave him something powerful: connections. Many of his clients were wealthy investors, real estate developers, and business owners. People with access to deals. And Steve listened carefully. At VIP tables, he wasn't just hosting parties, he was learning, watching, understanding how wealth actually moved. Soon he bought another property, then another, each one slightly bigger than the last. 5 years passed. Miami kept growing. Tourism exploded. Luxury buildings appeared everywhere. And Steve's properties kept generating income. Not flashy income, not fast money, just steady cash flow. By the time he turned 40, Steve owned several buildings across Miami, some near the beach, others in fast-growing neighborhoods. His nightlife reputation was still strong, but now something strange happened. He didn't need the clubs anymore. Then came the moment that changed everything. A developer offered to buy one of Steve's buildings. The price shocked him. The property he bought years earlier had multiplied in value. Not because of a brilliant trick, not because of a risky move, but simply because the city had grown around it. Steve reinvested the money into larger properties. And suddenly, his portfolio expanded faster. By the time Steve reached his mid-40s, his real estate empire had become enormous. Dozens of units, multiple buildings, properties all across Miami. Every month, rent flowed in, quietly, predictably, while the nightlife world continued its chaos. Steve's money worked silently in the background, and eventually, his passive income reached something incredible: $5 million per year, without needing to host a single party. Today, Steve still walks through Miami's nightlife scene sometimes. Same clubs, same music, same flashing lights, but his role is different now. He no longer needs the chaos of the night, because the real engine of his wealth runs during the day, inside buildings, behind quiet doors. The parties that once built his reputation are now just memories. Steve's story isn't really about nightlife. It's about understanding something simple. Fast money is loud, but lasting money is quiet. The parties, the VIP tables, the champagne, those things made Steve visible, but the buildings made him free. And maybe the most interesting question is this: at what exact moment did Steve change his future? Was it when he started hosting Billionaires? When he bought that first small building? Or the moment he realized the music wouldn't last forever? Tell me what you think in the comments. Every week I break down another story. Sometimes a success, sometimes a collapse. So subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one.